Hi guys, my name is Charissa Bacon. I am a social media manager and coach, and I'm also the co-owner of Vine and Branch Media, a social media agency. And I'm so excited for this video because I feel like it is really going to help a lot of people, especially those of you who are just beginning in your social media marketing career. I'm going to be talking about discovery calls, so your first impression with the client. I'm also going to be talking about proposal calls because I did have somebody ask in a previous video to talk a little bit more about proposals, so that's what I'm going to do here. And I'm also going to be walking you guys through how I put together proposals, how to design it in a presentable way so that you look professional to your clients. And so this is really going to help you come across in a way that, looks like you really know what you're talking about, you know what you're doing, and you're the most ideal person for them to work with. And so I hope this helps. The first thing we're going to talk about is discovery calls, so let's just get into it. So really the main objective of the discovery call is to figure out the needs and the pain points of the business that you are potentially working with. It's also to, establish that first impression with the client and position yourself as an industry authority and really show them that you know what you're talking about, and kind of establish yourself as an expert in your field. You have already looked into their business, you know what some of their struggles and their pain points are. You've kind of already performed an audit just by looking at their website, looking at their social media profiles ahead of time. So come into the meeting prepared. By doing this, it shows that you've already done the research and you kind of already care. And it kind of also just shows them that you know what you're talking about, you're an expert in this field, and they're going to kind of just be like, okay, maybe this will be a good partnership, or this may be a good company for me to work with. And so always go into the discovery call prepared, always go in having done the research, looked into their company at least a little bit, poking around on their website and their socials beforehand. But when I first started as a social media manager, one of the things that I really wish that I knew, and one of the things I wish somebody had told me, is maybe just like a list of questions to ask people in these discovery calls, just because going into a call with a potential client, it can be a little bit nerve-wracking. You don't really know what to say. You don't really know what to expect. If somebody just fills out your form that you have linked in your bio, you've never seen them before, sometimes it might be tricky to track them down and see who this person is, figure out what their business is, in case you don't have really good screening questions going into, like, when people are filling out your form. At first, I had like a very simple generic form. I didn't really have any screening questions. And so I really would just get the person's name and their email and maybe the name of their business. I don't even think I gathered their social handles in the form. So I didn't really have any pre-qualifying questions. So I wasn't really going into these meetings prepared whatsoever. And so it can be kind of scary when you don't really know what to expect and you're just hopping on this Zoom call with a random stranger for the first time and you don't really know what to say, because when I was first starting out, I didn't know what to say. I just knew the service that I was offering and I knew that I could provide value, but it's kind of hard to communicate that when you're first getting started. So something that I want to help you guys with so you don't have to deal with the same things that I dealt with at first is I just want to share with you a few pre-qualifying questions, or some questions that you can ask throughout the discovery call. So I'm actually going to share in the description once I get my freebies up and running, just because I keep saying I'm going to share freebies and then I'm having trouble with the platform that I'm using to do my email list and my freebies and all that. But I am going to share with you guys where you can download a free list of questions for pre-screening just beforehand, before you book the discovery call, so that you're making sure that you're getting qualified clients so that you don't waste your time. But I'm also going to share with you guys right now a list of questions that you can ask during the discovery call. And basically what this is going to do is this is going to help you maximize your discovery call and really get the most out of it, so that you don't leave thinking like, okay, I don't know what we just talked about. I have no idea what to include in their proposal. I'm kind of confused about what they need. This is going to really clear everything up for you, and you're going to have a very, very solid understanding of who your client is, what their pain points are, and what you can do for the business and exactly what they're going to need from you. That way you can put together a really good proposal. After you break the ice and kind of just get conversation flowing, how was your weekend? How's your day going so far? Do you have any plans for this upcoming weekend? Ask them about, whatever, just to kind of warm up a little bit. You're then going to ask them, tell me more about you and your business. This is literally the exact list of questions that I am currently using to this day for discovery calls. Me and my business partner, when we hop on discovery calls, these are the exact questions that we ask. Not word for word, obviously, because we try to see how the conversation goes and just let it flow. But these are the things that you want to make sure that you're checking off the list as you go through the meeting. And also make sure that you're taking notes, while you're talking to them so you don't forget. The first question is, what's going on in your business? What are you trying to do with your marketing? Some of these questions you might not need to ask depending on how much information the client just gives you. Sometimes people are a little bit more reserved and you kind of have to pull information out of them in case they're like a little bit uncomfortable on the call. Some people are very talkative. They know exactly what they want. They've been doing like recruiting for the social media role for a long time, and they like just cut to the chase. They know exactly what they're looking for, and they just give you the whole rundown of their business and exactly what they need. You also want to ask, how did you find out about us? This is something that I always forget to ask. And then we're left at the end of the meeting, like me and my business partner were like, I wonder how they found us. But that's always a really great question to ask, because then you know what works and what doesn't with your lead generation strategies. Say they found you from Instagram DMs, maybe they found you from Upwork, maybe they found you from a Facebook group, maybe they found you from a referral. There are so many places that they could have found you, and it's always good to know, just so you can continue doing lead generation in that area, because obviously it's working. Another question that you really want to ask in your discovery call is, what is your ideal target audience? Some people don't know. Maybe you're working with a startup and they honestly don't really know what their target audience is yet. That's okay. That's fine. I mean, you don't have to work with startups if you would rather work with businesses that are a little more established. The next question that you want to ask your client on the discovery call is, what is your goal for working with somebody like me? This way you can kind of just get a better understanding of what they're looking for, the type of person they're looking for. The other day I had a discovery call with somebody that I guess didn't really have a good understanding of what we offered and what our services were. And in the beginning of the discovery call, we were able to identify right off the bat that we weren't going to be a good fit, because they were looking for something completely different than what we do. It was not our service whatsoever. This happens all the time. You'd be surprised, and you don't want to waste your time like 30 minutes later in a discovery call, and then you realize like, okay, like you've explained your services to them, you've explained your value and everything that you can do for them, and then they tell you like, you know what, actually I'm looking for this, and it has nothing to do with what you do. You don't want to waste your time, so up front, you do want to ask them what are their expectations and what are their goals for working with you. And then the last thing you really want to make sure that you address in the discovery call is, what is your timeline, and then also what is your budget. And so when you're asking them about their timeline, really the reason for this is because when it comes to social media marketing and organic social especially, sometimes things take time and you're not going to see results overnight. You're not going to see results over a 30-day period. It's going to take 90 days or longer to really determine if you guys are going to be a good fit moving forward. Make sure you guys have that mutual understanding, like this is going to be a long-term partnership. We'd like to work for 3 to 6 months or longer, and it's really good just to make sure that they know that up front. And then also it's going to be important for you to know their budget, so make sure that you don't forget to ask that during the discovery call. And if they don't know their budget, which is a really common thing, a lot of times clients will come into the discovery call not really knowing much about social media marketing, and they don't really know the going rate for working with a freelancer or with an agency. And so you want to make sure you're effectively communicating your value. When you're telling them your rates, you don't really want to say like, okay, so I have 3 packages XYZ and they go for this amount of money. You want to just kind of tell them, your price range, because what I like to recommend for people is to come up with 3 different proposals and customize them for your individual clients, just because everyone is different. These businesses are not one size fits all. They all are going to have different needs. With social media marketing, it's not really the same as like photography or other service-based businesses. It's going to be a customized proposal. I think that's just the best way to go about it, but make sure you do ask them what their rates are, just to make sure you're not wasting your time crafting up a proposal if their budget is $150 and you're trying to charge them $1,500. So those are all the questions that you want to make sure that you cover during your discovery call. I recommend that you actually book the proposal call while you're still in the discovery call, just because sometimes clients do forget, or if you send them an email with your proposal and they see like a rate that seems pretty high for them, and they see the scope of work and everything that goes into it, they may not respond to your email. You're the expert. You know how to break it down best. If they see it, they may not really understand. And so it's just better to explain it to them in a meeting. So I always recommend that you come up with those 3 different proposals. The first one's going to be the lowest rate, the second one is medium, and then the third one is the most expensive. But typically that middle rate is the sweet spot where you kind of want the client to pick that one. And we come up with those proposals individually for each client. We customize them based on whatever we spoke about in the discovery call. And we typically just do it right after the discovery call so that we don't really forget what we talked about. And then we hop on the proposal call for whenever we schedule it for, and we break it down for them. I'm going to be showing you guys how to go ahead and craft up those proposals, how to design it, what to include in it, how to make a proposal in Canva if that's a platform that you want to use, and also how to make a proposal in Dubsado if you are interested in that as well. So I definitely recommend Dubsado just because for a lot of reasons. It's a way to automate your business. You can send the proposal along with an invoice and a contract, and just everything is super streamlined and it makes things so much easier for you. But that is a paid service. Canva is free, and for the longest time I used Canva in my business to send proposals, and it worked perfectly fine. It was a little bit more work for us, but if you're balling on a budget right now and you're not ready to make that investment, totally fine. This is going to be just as effective. It's also going to look professional, and it's going to show your client that you care, that you spent time on it, that you put effort into it, and that you didn't just like throw together an email and send it off with your rates. Like, you actually took the time to sit down and customize this proposal for the specific client, and you really understand what they need. I'm going to start with showing you how to craft up a proposal in Canva. And so if you've never used Canva before, you can just get it for free. It's super simple. Here, I'll just go home to show you how to do this from the beginning. You can just go to create a design, and I usually do, which one did I use? I think I used, it's an 8x5 by 11 inch US letter. I think this is a flyer template. If you just go to templates, actually no, this is a US letter template. So if you just go to create a design and then just type in, I guess, US letter document, you can just do it there. And there are so many to choose from, as you can see. You can just choose whatever one you think is going to look best for a proposal. These look like a bunch of Christmas flyers. I'm going to go back to the proposal that I made with my business partner and just edit from there and kind of just show you guys how to customize. But as you can see here, these ones look a lot better. Fashion proposal, brunch, or whatever that says, interior, studio. These are all super cute and aesthetically pleasing. Look here, business proposal, that's perfect. Marketing proposal, whatever. So you can search for different stuff in templates while you're in Canva, and that's super helpful. Marketing proposal, this is super cute. Wait, like, see, look at that. It's perfect. All the pages are already included. You can, talk about what you do or whatever as a preface. I don't really think you need all that. So maybe just have a cover photo and then kind of just go from there. This is the template that we chose. I think we kind of just customized this for the most part from scratch. But as long as you just have, the brand name, maybe you want to put your logo on there, or at least your name and the date, social media proposal, just make it look cute, make it look presentable, and make it look like you actually put some effort into it. And then the first package I told you guys is our basic, and this is the template. This is what the template looks like. We just have our brand name up here, basic package, we have the price, and then everything that's included in the scope. So you just want to list out everything there. And then we have the premium. We use the exact same template, and then deluxe, same thing. And then each one will have a different scope of work. This one we have Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, content strategy, content calendar and social scheduling, copywriting, graphics development, weekly check-in meetings, 30 posts a month, inbound engagement, outbound engagement, affiliate marketing program, at least 10 Instagram stories per week, monthly metrics and analytics report. So that's like all that's included in the deluxe package, and each package will be different just depending on what you included and what you spoke about in the discovery call with the client, and also what services you want to include. So it's all pretty much up to you and what you decide. I'm not going to really talk about rates and how to set your rates just because that's a conversation for a whole different video, but this is a really easy way just to, play around in Canva and come up with a really cute proposal for your client. So, you can just do something like this too. You can add in different photos. Maybe you want to use this image or maybe this one, and then just say like proposal 1, shrink the size a little bit, and then just like maybe list out in bullet points everything that's included. So that's kind of like a good format to do it if you want to use a different template. But just play around in Canva. It's a perfect way to come up with a proposal, and then when it's time to save it, you'll just go to download, save it as a PDF, and then select the pages that you want to pick. So and then you have your PDF proposal, and then you just email it to the client, whatever. So that's one way to do it. And like I said, I used Canva for the longest time to make my proposals for clients, and it looks very visually appealing. It's so much more interesting than simply putting something together and sending it in an email. It looks nice. It looks like you spent time on it. But Dubsado is even better because it helps you automate your business. And so this is just kind of a photo that I created in Canva, and just has our logo, social media marketing proposal, work with us, client, company name. This is a smart field, and it will automatically fill in for you. And I can talk a little bit more about Dubsado in another video, but if you guys want to sign up for Dubsado, I'm not exactly sure the rate each month. It might be like $30-something a month, but it will be so helpful for your business in the long run because it'll help automate tasks, and it will also just make everything so much more professional, and you'll seem so much more like an expert at what you do. Your client will get your proposal and their contract and their invoice all at once. You just have to set up those workflows here in templates. But what I'm going to show you is everything to include in your proposal. So here I talked about, working with us, what your experience is going to be like working with us. This proposal outlines how we plan to do that. And so kind of just giving an introduction. Then we talk a bit about challenges and solutions. This is just an image that you can just add. You can create something in Canva, save it as a photo, and then just drag an image in here just like that. So it's pretty simple. Challenges and solutions, we just listed out some challenges that the business experienced that we spoke about in the discovery call. Same with solutions. These are all things that were discussed in the discovery call. Then we came up with 3 different packages or proposals. So this is another image that you would just drag and drop that you can just create in Canva, super simple. And just, added some visuals here just to make it more visually appealing. We have our basic, premium, and deluxe, just like how you saw it in Canva, exactly the same. But, here they have the option to select which package they want. Everything is listed out the same way it was in the Canva proposal. It has the prices, and then here they can scroll down a little bit more and learn about why choose Vine and Branch Media. Here we talk a little bit more about our value proposition, what makes us stand out, what's so great about working with us, and why this is like going to be the best decision for you to make. So that's kind of what our proposal looks like in Dubsado, and I really, really like this. We just set this up recently, and I'm really happy we did, just because it makes it makes our business look so much more professional. And it's also going to make the client experience a lot more streamlined and just a lot more user-friendly as well. You can attach the invoice, and you can also attach the contract. Like I said, like here we have our contract form, and here they can just fill out their address and everything, and here we list out all of our terms and conditions, and then they can literally just scroll down and sign it. Once they select their package, they can sign their contract, and just like that, they're on board. And so it's really simple. It's a lot more straightforward than doing it in Canva, but either way, it still is very professional. These are 2 easy ways that you can set up your proposals. If you guys would like a more in-depth tutorial on how I set up my workflows and how I set up everything to be automated in Dubsado as far as proposals go, then I can definitely talk more about that in another video. Just let me know in the comments. Don't forget also, I am providing that document for you with all those pre-screening questions to ask in your discovery call. I'll definitely provide that in the description box once I get all my freebies situation figured out. That's all for this video. I hope you guys learned a lot about discovery calls and proposals. You guys are going to knock your discovery calls out of the park. You're going to knock your proposal calls out of the park, and it's going to be so amazing if you just make it look professional, establish your value, make sure you're positioning yourself as an authority, you know what you're talking about, you are qualified, and you want to show them that you are a professional and that they should take you seriously and that they're going to have a great experience working with you just because you are showing them, these positive first impressions. This really does matter, and I hope it was helpful. Let me know what videos you'd like to see in the future. Be sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok, and also my business on Instagram, Vine and Branch Media. We're always adding value and sharing tips and tricks on social media marketing over there, so check it out. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.